Well, of course, we're talking about paintings, we're talking about photography, and Kirk has told us so much. I'm sure that you are engrossed in this conversation and you're waiting for the answer that I posed. Do you need me to recap, or I'm sure you're quite okay?
I think the question really was how does a photographer, how do photographers get to showcase this level of work at some of these offerings that are made, the wedding symposium, etc., because it can be quite costly. Again, I'm going to say hats off to the St. Lucia Tourist Board. The St. Lucia Tourist Board made space available at the first wedding symposium specifically for the Association of Professional Photographers. They charged $250.
That's very good.
They have been working to encourage us to be there. However, I still go on to say that that's just the start, because what's the point of the government of St. Lucia pumping all of this money into promoting weddings in this instance when photographers will not be able to get into hotels? That has to be addressed.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was just thinking, if they can do that, why aren't they, maybe they are challenging Sandals to say, look, you have to allow, or what's the protocol? Why aren't you? What is it that you'd like our photographers to do? Maybe I don't know, but I think that we need to kind of find out why this isn't happening.
I'm going to share something that's even more frightening. About 2 weeks ago, I got contacted by someone internationally. Looked on my website, say, I absolutely love what you do. Here is something for you to consider. Sandals is looking for a director of photography for their entire operation. I was frightened when I saw what it is. It's the cruise ship style operation, which means that photography now is going to be on absolute lockdown in this country. In fact, right across the board for Sandals. That's frightening, because again, I go back to the Roger Pratts. How many Roger Pratts must happen before we wake up to realize that tourism, the benefits of tourism, the ancillary services of tourism must accrue to the locals? The government gives tax holidays, various incentives to hotels to come in and invest. Investing is not just giving jobs to people. Very often there will be the talk about, well, there are thousands of jobs. But what's the point of these thousands of jobs when those workers are broke before the end of the month?
Well, you know what? Now I know why you are the president of the association. He's spoken about the Professional Photographers Association of St. Lucia, but he has omitted to say that he's the president, and now I can see why. And I have said to you before, I have heard continuously that since you have become president, things are happening, people are talking, and I can see why, because you have that passion. Before we actually show some of your pictures, Sabrina, has anything surprised you as to what Kirk says?
Oh no, he was right on, we're linked to the head, with that. A lot of what he said, I totally 100% can relate to, and to put it to local term, down to earth, you get a lot of fight down, you get a lot of, smacking around before you, actually, because I mean, doing what I do, a lot of people, sometimes they look at it as a competition aspect, that, hey, you're making more money, or, hey, what you're doing so easy, who's you to be, calling those kinds of prices. I've gotten all sort of,
that's really
if I could just jump in very, very quickly.
But make it short, because I want to. I want people to see your pictures.
It's very interesting what you're saying, Sabrina, because I remember the first time I heard you. It was why I reached out to you, because I could feel your pain. And it is one of the places where we must get to in St. Lucia. We must start caring about our fellow man rather than thinking that our success must be at our fellow man's expense.
That's true. That's true.
All right. That said, let's look at some of Kirk's work. I was amazed when I saw a couple of them, and I didn't want to see all of them because I wanted to just savor in it.
Thank you.
So we're waiting for your pictures to come on the screen, but when they do, here we go.
Oh, wow.
This is Castries by Night, and most people might go, wow, how is that Castries by Night? This is a creative twist on photography. And then there's going to be another picture that will come up shortly that will show it a little bit clearer. And this is one of the things that excites me about photography. It is showcasing whatever your subject is in a manner that says, wow, what's that? What happened there?
Wow, that is amazing. So let's hope that our pictures, there's the picture.
Here's the same picture.
Wow.
That is absolutely...
Right.
Where were you standing when you took that picture?
I was actually standing at the vendor's point right
The
below
view-
Government
the view.
House, the viewing point. That's where I was.
What?
Right.
Wow.
I've
Yeah.
stood there many a time.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
taken a
right,
picture like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And what's
This is a Hawaii lava flow. I've had the good fortune of traveling all over the world and working with some of the best photographers in the world.
That part
Here
is
I was working with a couple of photographers who do work for Nikon. They tell Nikon what to put in cameras. They shoot a lot of the work that goes into the advertising material for Nikon. One of the photographers that I worked with here, guy in California, I remember him saying that he knew he had made it when he could go out and buy a Mercedes-Benz SLK costing $117,000 US for cash.
Oh wow. How many of us drink to that?
Right. Yeah. This is a wedding that I shot. This couple actually stayed at Sandals, and I will always remember this guy. This is Michael and Jeanette. And when I first spoke with Michael, and I said, Michael, there's going to be a problem with you getting married at Sandals and me shooting the pictures. And I remember Michael saying to me, Kirk, I'm Italian. I lived in New York. I used to kickbox. I'll tear the hotel down. And he was told that I couldn't come on to shoot the wedding. And he says to me, I asked for the general manager. I wouldn't stop until I saw him. And I said to him, sir, tell me which brick in reception you want me to remove first.
Oh my God.
In the end, I was allowed to shoot the wedding, and Sandals didn't even charge. Normally, I would pay as get a day pass. Sandals didn't even charge it. Now, it's unfortunate that a couple should have to go to that length, because Jeanette was absolutely in tears as a consequence of all of that. Should someone's wedding be ruined like that?
Wow.
Oh, well, you know what? I mean, this is a beautiful picture. I don't think they miss Sandals at all.
Yeah.
When looking at that
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Then afterwards, we went right round the island. We took an island tour.
Okay, and here's another.
This is one with them at Ladera. And like I said, we went off and had an island tour after the shoot at Sandals.
Okay, well,
Beautiful.
#1 place to take wedding pictures, Ladera, of course. We're going to a break. When we come back, we're going to take your calls. And also, we have some of your pictures here. If we don't get time to show them tonight, we will on Facebook. So stay with us.